Leeski behind the cage. Nice feed to Reagan.
Oh,
His shot.
Hey, Jimmy Noble,
in.
we got to put you on the coaching staff down there for crying out loud. That ball goes on the ground. That bounce shot's been effective again.
He went low. Reagan did.
They got to listen to you, Jimmy.
Hey, and that Jimmy Reagan got his third goal of the half.
Here it is,
Coach.
Here it is. Put it down low. All three bounce shots effectively have been effective from the outside. Great confidence booster for Duke as we near the end of the first half.
Boy, Reagan has been a major factor in this championship battle. Now all tied at 7. The face-off. Ray and Sullivan.
Oh.
Here comes Virginia. Lee Scandalaris. Shot and scored. Yavoli is there. First goal of the day for Joe Yavoli, the sophomore from New York State.
Hey, Duke had some opportunities up here on the face-off, Mike, to gain possession, and Virginia wins the ground ball war up here at the midline, and then their team speed creates the unsettled situation, and Joe Yavoli puts it in the back of the net. Great look. Scandalaris, great look.
I'll tell you what, Coach, we've got a great game going here.
17 seconds. Oh, wow.
A lot of scoring, and here comes for the Cavaliers, De Villiers. And a good play by Kinsell.
Just a couple seconds to play.
First half is winding down.
And take that shot.
No shot coming.
Didn't like to see it. He wasn't aware how much time was left on the clock. Got a free shot, go ahead and take it.
Yeah, Andrew Davidson had it, didn't take the shot. And the first half has drawn to a close here at Koskinen Stadium. It's the ACC Men's Lacrosse Championship. And there is some kind of foul.
We've got a 1 minute. We got a 1 minute infraction.
Right at the end of the half, a 1 minute infraction.
I can't tell who it's on, but we'll get it for you in a moment here.
And before we do that, let's go down to Jim Noble.
Mike, thank you. I'm here with Virginia head coach Tom Starsia. I want to ask you if this game is being played at the pace you wanted before the game started. You're up by 1, 8-7 going into halftime.
I don't mind the pace of the game so much. I'd like us to play a little bit better. I haven't seen us put together. We seem like we're afraid to put together 2 or 3 passes at the offensive end. We seem very rushed. I'd say overall we're playing like we're a little bit afraid to lose rather than we're playing to win.
I know you guys have a mess of very capable defensemen, but the loss of Mark Kuntz, what does that do to you?
I think you see it mostly in the unsettled game, the ground ball game and stuff. I'd like to see us get the ball up out of our end a little bit better. The guys that are out there are capable of doing it, but that's certainly where Mark gave us our biggest boost.
Coach, thank you. Good luck in the second half. Mike?
All right, and Coach Starsia's Virginia Cavaliers are up 8-7. We'll explain that penalty at the end of the half to you when we come back to Durham.
Tonight on your Southern Sports Report.
Basically, life as I knew it would have been no more.
He overcame a career-threatening injury and is now a surprise stud in the Braves bullpen. We'll have his amazing story. Plus,
there are a lot more distractions for these young men than there are for the pro athlete.
Chan Gailey reveals the truth about his transition to college football. Your team, your town, your show. The Southern Sports Report. Tonight after the Braves game.
Food Lion's MVP card. How do they put so much savings into such a little card?
You save a lot of money with MVP, especially it's like sometimes your shop is just like getting buy one, get one free.
It saves you money by using. You look for the products and you get cents off. And that adds up. You know, when you check out, you get lots of money.
Snickers, I notice you have your MVP card. Can you name another store that has more ways to save than Food Lion? I know, it's a tough one.
To return stuff.
I'd like to return Montreal.
But you got a receipt or anything?
Oh, hold on a second. Oh, no. Hey, did I leave the receipt in the car? Well, can I exchange him for something?
I got a Bronx Little Leaguer.
How old is he?
11.
Commentary highlights the best damn sports show, period.
Every Sunday before they start their engines, it's NASCAR This Morning.
Fasten your seatbelts. Look at them go. Doesn't get any better than this.
It's the show that takes you inside the world of NASCAR for all the breaking stories on or off the track.
That is absolutely outstanding. It's almost frightening.
Don't miss the best pre-race party this side of Talladega.
It's absolutely wild.
NASCAR This Morning, Sundays on Fox Sports Net.
Welcome back to Durham. Virginia and Duke in a great game here to decide the 2002 men's lacrosse champion. They lead 8-7. And we heard Jim Noble tell us that Duke wanted to go low, and they did, and it was very successful, Coach.
Look how, if they follow the game plan and do what they're coached to do, it looks pretty easy, doesn't it, Mike? Great finish, Jimmy Regan.
And it was Regan with 3 goals in the first half to lead Duke. The Blue Devils, underdogs to Virginia, trail by 1, 8-7. We're at halftime in Durham.
Tonight on your Southern Sports Report.
Basically, life as I knew it would have been no more.
He overcame a career-threatening injury and is now a surprise stud in the Braves bullpen. We'll have his amazing story. Plus,
There are a lot more distractions for these young men than there are for the pro athlete.
Chan Gailey reveals the truth about his transition to college football. Your team, your town, your show. The Southern Sports Report. Tonight after the Braves game.
Bob, to return status.
I'd like to return Montreal.
But you got a receipt or anything?
Oh, hold on a second. Oh, no. Hey, did I leave the receipt in the car? Well, can I exchange him for something?
I got a Bronx Little Leaguer.
How old is he?
11.
Commentary highlights the best damn sports show, period.
Every move, every story, every weeknight.
Did you see that? That's a classic. Oh, you believe that?
This is totally NASCAR.
This is Fox Sports Net.
Your exclusive destination for all that is NASCAR. Totally NASCAR. Weeknights.
8-7, Virginia leads Duke. 1 year ago, it was Duke and Maryland in this championship game. And the coach of the Maryland at that time was the man who's been sitting beside me in the broadcast booth today, Dick Adele, who certainly left one great impact on the University of Maryland and ACC Lacrosse.
Turn me up. Come feel the joy all around. Each generation has style. They got their own kind of sound. Time to let it out. You got your own kind of groove. Baby, you can't see it's your move. Gotta take that lead. You can't lose. So shout it out. With that joy of Pepsi. Pepsi. For those who think young.
The letters ACC combine to form a powerful symbol, representing the enduring pursuit of excellence. The Atlantic Coast Conference, hand in hand with its official corporate partners, continues to support the community outreach effort, which brings the ACC experience into the classrooms of thousands of middle school students. The ACC and its official corporate partners, making the dreams of tomorrow's champions a reality.
Do-it-yourselfers looking for the right tools can find them at the Dodge Spring Cleanup event, where you can clean up with great products, great protection, and great values, including 7-year, 100,000-mile engine and transmission protection. Plus your choice of up to $2,500 cash allowance or 0% financing. The Dodge Spring Cleanup event. Ford, GM, Honda, and Toyota don't match it.
Nothing gets it done like a Dodge.
Now for the backyard.
He was the face, the voice, the very heart and soul of Maryland lacrosse. Known simply and affectionately as Big Man, Dick Adele is the ACC's all-time winningest lacrosse coach. when he stepped down last season after nearly 2 decades at the helm for the Terps. Big man left some big shoes to fill. That job has fallen to longtime Loyola coach Dave Cottle, who this season has managed to embrace both the future and the past.
When you take over a program, usually it's because it's been broken. And I had the unfortunate opportunity to take over a program from a great coach and a great man. And he left it in very good shape. He did a tremendous job recruiting and tremendous organization, tremendous coaching staff. We've retained his coaches too. And I've been very lucky to follow in his footsteps, I'll tell you that.
Hard as it is stepping from the shadow of a legend, it is perhaps more difficult stepping away from a lifelong passion.
Yeah, it is. Obviously, for me, it's, it was a labor of love for the last 34 years. I've had the good fortune of being at some wonderful places and working with some wonderful kids, and that's what you really miss. Just the relationship you had on a daily basis with the kids that you coach and the coaches that you coached with, and the people that made up the athletic department. That's hard. It really is hard. You spend 18 years of your life at a place. It doesn't end. When you're no longer on the sidelines. I'll always be a Terp. It was a major part of our being, for nearly 2 decades, and I hope it's still a major part. Certainly not to the same extent that it was before, but I'll always be close to this program.
Now that I'm here and taking over his program for a short while, the only thing I don't want to do is screw it up for him. His situation, he left some big shoes to fill, and hopefully the coaching staff, we can all put our feet together to try to put him in there.
It is as bittersweet as it is inevitable, this passing of the torch. And when the time comes, Dave Cottle will remember the reluctance and hope with which the torch was passed to him.
When he left it was better than when he came, and hopefully I can do the same.
And as you have heard today, we have all benefited from his retirement from the field here on this broadcast today. I'd ask you how you like TV work so far.
When you get to work with a guy like you, you make it easy. It's a lot of fun. You can't lose up here, Mike. Down there, somebody had to win, somebody had to lose. Bob Missett, I died with the kids Friday night when the Austin sudden death is still that entire group. I feel close with and felt for him then, and I just wish him well over the rest of the season.
And it's that passion that is what has made you successful on the field, and I can tell you this has made you successful today up here in the broadcast booth. We'll be back with more halftime. It's the ACC Men's Championship. They're the Duke Blue Devils. They trail by 1, 8-7.
Use your minutes across the nation with a national freedom plan from Alltel. Alltel, are you connected?
Woo woo! We're gonna give you a little look at our backside. 0, 0, 0. Okay, wow, that is pure nothing. Now, if you're starving for some delicious fat or something, I wouldn't recommend Aquafina, no. But if you're thirsting for something, to make you not thirsty, this is the most mouth-watering water you can find.
Aquafina. So pure, we promise nothing.
Great. We're not going to let you look at our backside anymore.
Bob, to return steps.
I'd like to return Montreal.
But you got a receipt or anything?
Oh, hold on a second. Oh, no. Hey, did I leave the receipt in the car? Well, can I exchange him for something?
I got a bronze little leaguer.
How old is he?
11. 11.
Commentary highlights the best damn sports show, period.
The last word, Jim Rome. Oh no, here we go again. An electrifying, gravity-defying, mesmerizing. This program to bring you a whole new way to think about sports. Oh wait, there's more. Things are heating up. A lot of smack, a lot of controversy. Here we go. to the jungle. I am all over this. I am all over that.
The Last Word, reinventing sports talk as you know it. Weeknights on Fox Sports Net.
Welcome back to the ACC Men's Lacrosse Championship. Jim Noble, Mike Hodwood, Dick Adele joining you from Durham, North Carolina. At this time, before we get back to the second half action, want to recognize Tony Cullen, a longtime player and coach at Duke University and a referee for many years after that. Tony not doing too well health-wise right now, but just moments ago, in a very, very moving halftime ceremony, Tony was recognized for his years of contributions to ACC Lacrosse. And Coach, as we throw it upstairs, I know you've known Tony for a long, long time. And second, everybody's thoughts here today.
Without doubt, Jimmy, Tony's fighting a courageous battle against a very serious illness, and all his friends and join me in wishing him all the best.
All right. We wish him well, Tony Cullen. And we'll be back with the start of the second half between Virginia and Duke in a moment.
There's a place where the flatbread is always soft, the lettuce always crisp, and the chicken always grilled to perfection. That place is inside a Chick-fil-A Cool Wrap. Grilled to... So try all three Cool Wraps. Chicken Garden, Chicken Caesar, and Spicy Chicken. Cool Wraps from Chick-fil-A.
Ho passato 12 anni all'istituto culinario. Ho vinto pasta dell'anno 9-5, 9-6 e 9-7. Per niente, perché tutti vanno al dato certo, Piccarilli. E mia moglie va da Piccarilli. È il suo posto preferito per oggi. Chi è questo tipo? Piccarilli! Abbiamo qualche discussione da fare!
Come in on Delicious Dessert Wednesday and choose from our incredible variety of desserts. They're only 79 cents each. Piccadilly. Everybody's got a favorite. What's yours?
Tutti vanno al certo, Piccarilli!
Tonight on your Southern Sports Report.
Basically, life as I knew it would have been no more.
He overcame a career-threatening injury and is now a surprise stud in the Braves bullpen. We'll have his amazing story. Plus,
there are a lot more distractions for these young men than there are for the pro athlete.
Chan Gailey reveals the truth about his transition to college football. Your team, your town, your show. The Southern Sports Report. Tonight after the Braves game.
Ready to start the second half. Virginia on top. Here are the halftime stats. How do you make of it, Coach?
Duke an advantage almost across the board, except for the clears, and it was costly for him. Those couple missed clears. Have to be aware of the fact that there was a foul in Virginia just as the half ended, Mike, and Duke will be up for a full minute. A slash on Johnny Christmas.
Right, so I see him on the sidelines, and that is not a very Merry Christmas.
You
Matter of fact,
you said that, not me.
It's a blue Christmas over there. Okay, I got that out of the way. Today, the save by Tillman Johnson. Jiminy Christmas, somebody was helping me. Oh, my. Okay.
A little disappointing, I think, for Mike Prester. Great chance with a 60-second man-up situation. To be stuffed there on the first thrust. They may regret that 30 minutes from now.
Christmas getting ready to come back in just a couple of seconds.
Becomes an insignificant penalty now, Mike.
Yeah, he's back on the field. So Virginia at full strength now. And advantage goes away in the Cavaliers on the attack. Here's Yavoli. He had a goal in the first half.
Chris Rotelli.
Played a fine game today. A.J. Shannon called his name a lot. Cassis is marking him.
Watch a heavy overplay on the left hand there.
Here's Gladding.
Great
Scored
save.
the first 2 goals of the game.
Great save, A.J.
A.J. Kinsell in goal.
Look upfield. We're unsettled here. We still are unsettled. Possible 4-on-3.
Shamati, number 15.
Billy Gladding hustling back into the hole to prevent any problem there.
Leeske had a great first half for Duke. Now it comes to Sadisher. Regan, 3 goals. He only had 2 goals on the season coming in. He's number 10.
Oh.
Shot! Scored! Dan Shamati.
And he now has an assist, for crying out loud.
A nice assist from Jimmy Regan. And Dan Shamati gets the goal to tie it up at 8.
Great look. You know, the defense a little bit more aware of Jimmy Regan with a first half hat trick, and we'll see him here. They respond to him, a quick slide, and a great look out front.
That's Shamati's 11th goal on the season.
And we're all even, buddy.
Yes, sir. What a game. If you were with us earlier today, North Carolina won the women's championship 11-10 over Maryland in a great finish. Looks like we're going to have a great second half to this battle.
Johnny Wendling with a big ground ball to get a possession for Duke. You sort of feel, you know, Duke hasn't been on top all day, Mike. What a confidence boost it would be for the Devils to put themselves up one.
They're trailed by as many as 3 goals. They've outshot Virginia now 24-18. Duke, Lee Scandalaris. He's number 27. Dan Doty has scored a goal today, his first of the season.
Slowed the pace down here a little bit. Attacking the short. A little slow on the backup. Shot and a great backup by the Devils.
If you're just joining us late, the All-ACC defenseman for Virginia, Mark Kuntz, will not play this second half. He re-injured a knee early in this game and is lost for the rest of the day. And Virginia hopes to have him in the NCAA tournament.
Duke remains in an inverted posture here with both middies behind the cage. Scandalaris with a backdoor look, but there are too many Virginia sticks in the passing lane. Lost possession.
Here comes Connor, or rather, no, that is number 44, not 14. That is Nathan Kenny.
Double team.
Kenny.
Oh, heads up double team on the part of the Duke defense.
Fenton and Imberger there. That is Imberg, 46. Ahead it goes to Taylor Ray, 44. Duke has never led in this game.
Heads up play on the Duke defensive part. They catch Nathan Kenny is a young freshman, and the double team, close on him over on the sideline. It's an extra possession for the Blue Devils.
And both coaches continuing to run players on and off the field on this hot afternoon here in Durham.
A lot of offensive power on the field right now. Terrence Keeney with the ball.
We talked about it the first half, what an advantage his size is.
Hard to match up with him.
Cassis been kind of silent today on the offensive end. Leeski.
Good check.
And good play, as you said.
Nicely done, David
defense.
Berman.
And Virginia continues to come down the field on the attack. A.J. Shannon is back in. He is number 8. It is Shannon trying to get it going offensively. Now to Gladding, also back on the field.
Number 1 line, Mike. Here's your invert again. They're doing it on both ends of the field here. Billy Gladding had the first 2 goals of the game. He's been silent since.
Gladding behind the cage. Kevin Brennan doing a nice job of marking him there. Nowhere really for Gladding to go at this point. Gladding tried to make something happen and his shot was wide.
Very, very little angle there to get the cage if the goalie's in the proper position, which he was.
Almost a frustration shot on the part of Gladding.
But if the ball goes out on the sideline, here's a quick look at it. There's very little to shoot at here for Billy. But the shot's properly backed up, and it's a chance for both teams to sub and get the personnel on the field that they want. Remember, Shannon with the ball here right now is a predominantly left-handed player, and I'm sure the Duke scouts have warned their defensive personnel.
Shannon made a great left-handed move earlier in this game.
Another quick slide, Paul Jepson. Beautifully played.
Jepson is number 34 for Duke. Dan Halber is there as well. He's played a fine game defensively.
Great check up here by David Berman. And he's drawn a penalty. Flag down. We've got a slash coming on Duke. This is a slow whistle. Delayed penalty call.
Gill with the shot, and there's the whistle.
I think it's Here's a good look at it. Kevin Brennan coming up on the check. Oh, wow. Easy call to make. David Berman does a nice job on the loose ball. You know, Berman is a product of that Landon School program over in the Bethesda, Maryland. It's arguably the #1 men's team in high school lacrosse.
There's number 40, Kevin Brennan, the junior from Farmingdale, New York.
For up to a minute here now, Virginia.
Man advantage, Cavaliers. Can they do something with it? Christmas. This is Connor Gill out top. Rotelli has played well.
Sort of a 3-3 set.
Shot and a save by A.J. Kinsell.
A great look inside there to Jarrett Little. And A.J. comes up big. Off. Oh, wow.
And it'll belong to Duke.
Off the foot of a Virginia player right over here on the sidelines. I think there's still another 30-plus seconds here that Duke will be down a man. But remember, Mike, they scored once down a man. So might be a threatening position for them.
In this game, anything can happen. The speed of this game, just phenomenal.
No, he had enough people back. Crowd calling for an offside. That was a correct no call. Now Duke here is simply running off the rest of the penalty of Kevin Brennan's penalty time.
And they're doing it with Taylor Ray, number 44.
Got to be careful. And remember that double team in the first half resulted in a Duke goal, short a man.
Leski is there, number 3. Here's Taylor Ray.
Lots of push.
Wow, boy, is it getting physical. Cassis.
We're all even, Mike. Penalty killed.
Brennan is back on the field.
You saw an obvious push there on Virginia. The official, by raising his arm, indicated that he saw the foul, but didn't call it because it would penalize Duke in that situation.
Midway through the third quarter.
Oh, wow.
Not a good play at all for Duke's Matt Rukowski. Brett Hughes is there.
Oh.
And fortunate for Duke,
hey,
Hardacre picks it up.
A bad play and then a good play. Now, he didn't give up on it.
And Cassis and Terrence Keeney will try to get things going again as Keeney now on the wing, number 43. Get Keeney, there's a shot and a save by Virginia's Tillman Johnson. 26th shot of the game for Duke.
We got a 5-on-4, Mike.
Christmas, a great pass to Yavoli. Give the assist to Christmas, the goal to Yavoli, his second of the day, and Virginia retakes the lead at 9-8.
Great heads-up play. Yeah, we got an unsettled situation. Virginia sizes up the fact. Watch this ball movement. 5-on-4. The Christmas inside. You know that's what a coach loves to see. Open man the ball, get the ball in the. Irregardless, it's a Virginia goal. It's a team goal, irregardless of who puts it in. And that time it was Joey Yavoli.
Now the face-off, Devin Ray.
And DeVilliers.
And DeVilliers was there. You see his number. It was over DeVilliers.
Again,
the primary face-off person for Virginia.
Michael, if it stays close, that Duke advantage on the faceoffs could be important here in the latter minutes of the game. Oh, wow.
Nice move by number 15, Dan Shamati. Wasn't able to get the shot to go. One player we haven't heard a lot about today is Kevin Cassis. We've talked a lot about him earlier, and he's really been silent.
I think sometimes, you know, when you got a guy like Kevin, you ask him, he takes so many of the faceoffs, he runs on the first midfield line. He may even play extra man offense. You ask so much of him, you know, on a hot and humid day. Great save.
And another save. And you notice how those shots were high. And as Jim Noble told us, what the coach wants is to go low.
Another potential unsettled situation. Slow on the matchups.
And unable to get it to go is Brendan Moeller.
Duke a little slow on that substitution.
Did you notice how he went low there, but shot was wide of the cage.
We're unsettled here. Look at this. This is a potential 6-on-3.
Running down with it for Duke is John Windling.
Oh, great look.
And a bad pass, and Gladding is there for Virginia.
That's today's hero, Jimmy Regan, that couldn't bring that one down with 3 goals and assists. He would have had a great look at number 4.
Here's Rotelli.
Connor Gill.
Connor Gill, like he slipped trying to spin. A lot of intensity in this championship battle. Leeski trying to chase it down, but David Berman prevents him to get to it.
Boy, you gotta respect the job that Danny Hauber's doing down here on the defensive end against Connor Gill. 2-time All-American, most valuable player freshman year in the NCAA championship game.